All right, all right. Welcome. It is Thursday evening, 7 p.m. East Coast time. So we are live with Jack McCaig, John McCaig, as the all caps people call him. Uh, we're talking about Liberty Aid Academy and everything that's available to you on that site, libertyaidacademy.com. Jack, how are you tonight?
Good, Tim Judge in the house. This is a good one. We had a great green room 4 second chat, and it was like, oh my god! And I'm over there on the pilot, thing. I'm like, oh man, so good to have a co-pilot. Thanks for coming. He's like, oh, can I fly to? I'm like, oh, you said it. Hey, you better grab that thing. I'm not even touching it yet. No, it's so great. You got a great title for the show, a great something to talk about tonight. It's very exciting, actually. I'm
Yeah,
into this. We need
good
some
stuff.
positive. How do you get some money up in here? Like when they're turning the thumb screws on everyone. So I am loving this. Thanks.
People are talking about it in the classroom and
Yeah.
things like that. So I figure we might as well address it a little bit. But let's say hello to our friends that have shown up on time. Thank you, George. Greetings to you.
Mr.
Frank in the
Gator.
house. How we doing? Jay Fox.
All right.
Howdy. And Alex. Alex is here. Yes.
Okay.
Um, and Steve. Hello from everyone from Southwest Florida. All right,
Ooh,
Steve.
you're in the right spot. All right, Steve.
And George saying hello again. Dee Dee in the house. Hello, Dee Dee.
All right. Getting
Welcome,
the bros
welcome.
back on. They're good.
Frank saying yes. Hello, Jack. And hey, Dee Dee. We're all talking to each other. All right, great. So, yeah, the name of the show, How Trump Got Rich.
I'm drunk
Um,
out rich.
how Trump got rich, because we're talking about the Trump Millionaire course, which Jack has said everyone that gets into the course will get a copy, and anyone who is given a testimonial will get a copy with a special link in it so that you can promote it and make some money yourself.
And that link,
So
the link gets you 50% off for those people that did a testimonial.
one
They'll
one
be
five
getting that course. Yeah.
one
Yeah.
one 5% off, right?
Yeah.
15,
1 5.
15, not
15.
50,
Yeah.
15%
One
off.
five.
So there's definite value
Yeah.
to there's value in the report itself. Um, very easily some value there, but then real world value when you apply it to getting into the classroom and everything else that goes involved into getting to Liberty Aid Academy. So that anything you spend when you're reaching out to people saying, hey, the least you could do is check out this Trump Millionaire course I'm offering. It's a drop in the bucket, but it'll send you down the right path. And then, of course, that path leads to Liberty Academy, which will give you everything we talk about every week, which is all the details and the paperwork and the video instructions and anything in the classroom, which is every question you could possibly want to ask. So, with that, before we start down my little classroom parade, do you have any announcements or anything other that you were thinking about? Some notes or anybody from Instagram asking you anything that you wanted to address before we get started with that?
No, not usually. Not usually. We're kind of over at Liberty Academy. Everybody goes to the beach in the summer and does all the family stuff, and we kind of like have listened to everybody's suggestions all year. And we're applying them in the back end here. Basically, we're actually doing a bunch of stuff, but it's just little things that, to make people's. We're always trying to improve, so we take your feedback and we're doing little things here now, which is important. We did a big thing that Tim's talking about, and now we're talking about how to use it. No, everything's actually pretty smooth here. Thank you, Tim. Tell everyone about the Trump course. I love it and what you're getting up to with it. It's
All
really
right.
interesting. I mean, Tim Judge, great sales guy. Obviously, he's a realtor. He's selling the most expensive thing anyone sells. So, except I guess ships or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
but maybe not. But anyway, the goal is, so for me, how did this Trump Millionaire course come about? Well, two things. One, I wanted to tell everybody what's actually going on in a cohesive way, so you could say, "Oh my God, this is what's going on." because we have these courses at Liberty Academy, but how do you apply them? You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, let me tell you how Trump applied them, and you can do the same. So it's just a good way to explain to everyone how the super wealthy get super wealthy, not paying taxes, all the hacks, as an overview, as Trump actually did it. And Tim knows himself because he looked it up. He's like, hey, say, did Trump actually make his money? And so I'm an accountant, right? An auditor, not I didn't really help anyone with taxes. I still don't. I'm like, no, just don't pay them. And this is how. But as an auditor, I was like, what are they doing? You know what I mean? Like, what? So if you could, how did Trump get rich? If you could just look into it, you go, okay, and you can apply those methods, which I did. And so it's things that work, and you can see, okay, well, if it's what's good for the gander is good for the goose. We're the ones always getting plucked over here, and Trump's out there. Hey, this is how I got rich. You tell me the president of the United States can do, but you can't do it. Like, what's the fear up here? I see the guys like bomb them next. He doesn't have a whole lot of fear. Like, he's like, no, everything's cool, So you should do the same. So I wanted to give that overview, and then also, secondly, it's like, I hate paying Meta and Google and all that junk. You know what I mean? That's like horizontal marketing, like your whore. You pay, and then it's just whoever you get to. But vertical marketing, right? That's more like, hey, someone told someone, and you get a referral and stuff like that. And I really want to, that I want to be like, okay, this is how people can tell people, and there's a reason I can actually get people paid who have become a student, and they can use the methods and get paid money. Yes. So all these things worked in together is how this course got created. And so now it's been given out. Tim has great, I mean, look at him. He's a weekly testimonial on here, and he even took the time to make another testimony and all this stuff. So he got the course. He didn't want to be like, man, give me a course. He did all the things. And it's really nice he did. And so he can understand them better as a sales guy out there. And so anyway, his idea for tonight's show was, let me tell the story of what I'm doing with this thing, how I'm going to sell it and all that, because it will apply to you, a lot of you out there who are doing the same thing. So anyway, that's the throwdown, the lowdown on the show, and I love it. I'm looking forward to hear everything Tim got to throw at us tonight.
All right. So with that, and we can, interrupt me at any time, or if anybody has any questions about that, we'll address them as we go. I'm still watching the chat, so we can do that. But so as Jack said, you get a copy when you give the testimonial. You get a copy of this report, and we're not going into what's in the report, obviously, because some people are going to try and sell it, which it deserves to be sold, and but people want to know, well, how am I going to sell it? What am I going to do? Because I can't print it out and give it to people and all this kind of stuff. So people want to know how to make a website or do whatever. And I'm just going to go over the basics of this because there's a ton of internet videos, YouTube videos on how to build a website and everything like this. But I will tell you that if you're going to use the internet and use Google, you might as well use Google to build your website and everything like that. And it's free. So,
wow.
What I did was, the first step I did was to create a Gmail account. You just go to Google and you sign up through Chrome and you make yourself a Gmail account. And so obviously I picked the Gmail account, how Trump got rich at gmail.com.
I love it. I love it.
And so that gives you a Gmail account. And so I can get emails there and follow along through there. And anybody that signs up will go through that email. But and then of course I needed a logo, so I went to Copilot, which is the AI from Google.
Come on.
I'm pretty sure it's Google. And I said, give me the cartoon Monopoly guy of Uncle Moneybags and Donald Trump's hair, right? And it said we can't do that because it's real people and blah blah blah. And so I changed it to cartoon Monopoly guy with fancy blonde hair, and he gave me this one.
That's good.
So then I took off I said, all right, I want to remove the mustache and put dollar signs in his eyes. And so I got this. and I like that. And so that was it. It was like, and then they were giving more suggestions, but I'm like, I'm done. It's not about me making a big marketing splash or something like that. I just wanted something fun to put on there. So I
Fantastic.
took that picture and I put it on there. And then the next step I did was with your account, you get Google Drive, and I went to Google Drive and I put they have if you go to new,
You put the
there's
course there, right?
yep.
Yeah.
No, I didn't put the course in. I
Oh,
wanted to leave that because I didn't want to show the link and all that kind of stuff. But we're just talking about building this little website, which you'll see is
I'm
pretty
bad.
cool.
I'm bad.
But if you go down here, when you go into Google Drive, which comes with your Google Gmail, right? You can go over here and it's where it says more. You can go to sites, right? So you go to Google Sites and you can build a website. And so that's what I did here.
Incredible.
So this is I just, and it's really simple. If you go in here and play with it, you can't break it and all this kind of stuff, and then you publish it, right? But I put in how Trump got rich and the Trump Millionaire course, and I put that picture in the back, right? It's very simple. Right down here it says image, and I chose the image from my file and I put it in there, and then I just changed the words around. And then I went down here, and all this stuff is laid out like, already. So you just cut and paste your own stuff in. And so I put in, see what you can do. Something else is there. And I just changed the words to see what you can do. Protect your home.
They give you a template for your website already, and you can, put in words and images and so on as you need. Love it.
So protect your home. I put a home, the cars, I put the cars, and then your business, I put that. And and I changed these words a little bit just for fun. And I got this idea today. So I did this all this afternoon. It's really not hard. And then so these are a little menu up here, stories and updates.
Mm-hmm.
I put the New York City skyline, of course, for Trump. This is a picture of Mar-a-Lago, his Florida place, and a random car there. I think it's a Rolls Royce. But, and then I'll change these words around to give a little bit of overview of what the course is about, because you want to sell the course, right? You don't want to, you're going to tease them with all the beautiful stuff here. With all this information. And then, of course, I changed this to, this is about or trust me. This is going to be what it is to start the trust and everything like this. So I'm going to go in.
You could even, as I'm looking at this, sorry, I want to give you my thoughts as they come up for me.
Yep.
Also put the family in here and stuff. You know what I'm saying? The Trump family, like give it that legacy family, and age it, hey, this is his father, And so when you get the course material, it makes sense how these generations kept their money. Anyway, just a thought, because I love it. Your story. Keep going. Sorry to interrupt.
The one clip that you mentioned before was because I looked it up about Trump's family and the trust. It was the New York Times that has a 4 or 6 minute video on that. I could take that video. You can embed whatever you want. So I can embed that video in here, and and it's New York Times reporting on how Trump's family put it in a trust.
That's what I'm saying. Perfect. Get the video, get some photos of them.
That'll go in here.
You're paying respect the American flag. I love the Florida link. I love it all.
So this is still here because it was a parenting tip template, right? So I haven't changed all these things yet. I did start to do the about. I will do some more stuff about me in here, because then below this, I'm gonna put the link. About me. We're live every Thursday night, and here's the link, and you can join and get in the classroom and ask me questions and all this kind of stuff. And so then it ends up looking like this when it's done. So this is the Trump Millionaire course, and you can see this is the published version. So this is published, even though it's not finished. And so this address, if you can see this, it says sites.google.com, right? And then how Trump got rich, right? And so these are keywords, and obviously google.com ranks very well, and Google is going to help rank the sites that are on Google. So this is all very good keyword rich stuff. I'll fill it up with, making a trust and all the kind of stuff that we talk about, and putting that information in here. And Google's going to love that and share that out. And that's what that's what they get paid to do. They
I love
want
it.
people to build on Google and then share that out. So this is, and then I got the domain name, which not linked here, but I basically bought the domain and then pointed it. I wanted to show that off because there's a great place. Let me see if I can find that, because that's
You could make like an easy button, but have it say "Make me rich." I go, boop, to get the course. So like, because you got AI making logos and symbols and stuff for you. That's crazy. I did not know they could make graphic anything. To me, that is like that's the most amazing thing I've seen. This whole thing is amazing, really.
I was looking for the how to publish, because I wanted to publish. It does take a while to follow through with the publishing, but I'm looking for publish settings. Yeah, custom domain. So the custom domain, if I manage this, it shows you when you find it, you can add a custom domain. And so I have howtrumpgotrich.com.
Oh,
and
nice. What?
And you can add the domain there.
Come on, that's so.
And then by next week, it'll publish. This will all publish and be on there, so you can go to howtrumpgotrich.com and this will all be there.
It's incredible, actually.
And that's good. But where is the
what?
Hold on, let me see if I can.
Google does this? Oh my God, Google is taking over.
Yeah, Google's
everything. Oh my God.
One more.
Right there. David. Oh my God.
Let me stop that.
We got to do a follow up after the show sometime where you're like, hey, it worked or whatever. We're in mid process. It's so cool.
So this is the last step to save a couple of bucks. Listen to this. And I don't have an affiliate link for this thing, but I love it. This is called Unstoppable Domains. multiple reasons why you want to grab it from here. So on Fridays, which is tomorrow, on Fridays they sell $5.coms. So I got howtrumpgotrich.com last week for $5. And then the renewal is $11 a year. So
you are amazing.
But for $5 tomorrow, you can get yourself a .com name, whatever you want, whatever you think is great. Unstoppable domains. But what happens is, and Google tells you what to do. So this is so you go to your DNS, which is domain name server records. You add a new record and you put in the Google site verification, and that's it. You just copy and paste this from the other site, and this should forward.
Switched on together. Amazing, because usually that is a massive hassle, and you figured that out. That's incredible.
Right.
I don't think people that haven't done this kind of work don't understand how easy you just made everything right there.
Yeah.
It's under 20 minutes. He's like, yeah, that's incredible, dude. Yeah, keep going, man. This is just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the nuts and bolts. I don't know if anybody has any other questions. I mean, I just wanted to go over.
I have one question. Yeah. What's the deal with the payment gateway that you're going to be like?
I'm going to use. We talked about it on before. Was the Zephy payment gateway, which I've used in the past.
Integrated to this Google site.
It gives you, it just gives you a link, and you can publish that link anywhere. You can send it in an email. You could put it in your email signature. So anytime you send an email, you could say make a trust like me, and put it in your link there. Zephy, we talked about before, does not charge me any fees, right? It charges the user a fee, and it's a donation fee, but in any case, when I put the price on it and put the link in here, it goes straight into my Zephy account, and Zephy will pay out every week, whatever comes in there. So if you're putting $199 on this course, $199 gets hit, and then on every Monday, $1.99 gets sent to whatever bank account I link to that Zephy account.
This is super good, super good,
Yeah.
super good. I love it. I love it.
That is that was what I was doing this afternoon before I sent you the link to the show. I'm like, we got to show people how easy it is to
we gotta do this after you get it like up and running, and you see, hit this button. This is what it looks like when you get paid. I'd love you to follow up and show your website. It's incredible how affordable it is at it. How
right, and I just wanted to show people how easy it is. If you're gonna give a testimonial, this is how easy it is to build a simple little website. Doesn't cost you any money. It's hosted and directed through Google, right? So everybody wants to rank on Google. So if you start giving Google the information you want to rank and do and share, your odds are better. No guarantees on anything. You're not going to rank on page 1 for Trump or anything like that, but that's what you want to do. You want to feed Google all the information you can. So if you build the website on them,
use their Google website thing, and you put in your own web. I mean, I just can't even believe how thorough this is with so few steps and with so little money. It's absolutely blows my mind what you've done here. This incredible what you shared with us. Truly, I'm blown away. Congratulations, man.
It's not hard, and then hopefully, we'll start cranking out some sales and because the big thing is that you have to share it out, right? It's like I said, it's not going to rank immediately or anything like that. But when you talk to people and you show them how serious you are,
the best individual out there bringing people to Liberty Aid Academy, except for us and stuff, you know what I mean? But someone else out there doing that, Martin Goman.
Right.
Goman. You could look him up. He's got a YouTube channel. He talks about this stuff. He's using the same Trump stuff out there and stuff like that. Anyway, he brings a lot of people and because y'all are like me, he likes you just be very straightforward and stuff. Not telling the hated da. You're just bringing people to the truth, and it's all about money. So there's no blockade or nothing like that. It's like people are interested. I'm just saying this because, like you say, give Google the information. Google, YouTube, same thing. You get on YouTube. Hey, you're doing your thing out there, and because you're not like pushing against anything. For example, I'm bringing up Martin. He doesn't do any paid advertising. He gets a lot of views. He really does. I couldn't believe how many views and people he gets and stuff that does paid advertising. It's amazing. So it's completely possible to get the word out there the way you're doing it. It's a wow. I'm shocked because I've built some websites and stuff. I'm doing a different thing, obviously, but a landing page like what you're doing like that is just you don't want to overdo it out there. That's a common conception or whatever, is to build a giant website with all this information and stuff, and that's really not the way to get people. It's the way Tim has done it with a landing page. Here's the information, and then you get ranked, and then it's just constantly to that one single thing that you're showing people. He's got a course. He's not trying to do some complex list of offerings where you got to do all this back end stuff. It's very straightforward and all that. I love it. I'm like giving you accolades. Usually I'm like, change this, change that. This is really good, really intelligent. I'm shocked at the linking together because I've usually had to hire professionals and stuff to do all that. That's really incredible. The time you took to show people, I hope people really, take this in, that are serious about this. It's so easy to do it. Wow.
Yeah, it is easy, and it a little bit of effort, but it'll make you look. You want people to take you seriously, and show that it's working, and then you can get paid for it, right? Everybody wants to get paid for it, right? So I'm going to share this link out when I put this up, and I say, I told you about this trust. This is where I started. Go to howtrumpgotrich.com, and and then that leads back to Liberty Aid Academy, and that link will go straight there. And that's what is it Mike Gorman? Martin Gorman.
Martin Goman.
Goman. Yes.
Goman.
Right. I remember when he was in Florida visiting you,
Yeah.
and we were having a nice conversation, and I've seen a couple of his videos, but I didn't put it together. And then you said he's the #1 referrer to Liberty Aid Academy, and I said, how come I don't have that title? I'm like, I have to change that. I have to, I got a link to the course. I'm like, how am I not producing the most referrals to Liberty Aid Academy?
I love
So
that you took it that
I'm
way.
after that title. So I figured it's about time I put up a little site, and it doesn't have to be crazy. I mean, Martin does a great show. He does a lot of information. I think it's called Bulletproof Retirement or something like that.
Yeah,
And
he handles people
he
with
offers a
other
lot of value.
financial services for people as
Yeah.
someone outside of the trust too. He's like, get the trust, and then I can help you with my X, Y, and Z and stuff like that. So he's already was in the financial realm, and he's like, oh my god, And so no, he already had a client base and stuff like
Right.
that, and a fan base, and so he just kind of added this in. So yeah, why aren't you is a good question. I love the way you framed it that way, because
Yeah.
people know it, like it works for 100% of people. You're telling about people about it. It's like, and that's the thing that people don't understand too. Just for other people, let me bring this up, because Tim has brought this up, and why Martin Goman is really successful is he takes the time to put the information out. Tim does this every week. You know what I mean? He has already the video is, you know what I mean? He has it all. But Martin takes the time to do it. But Tim's already he's just putting this together to make it work for me. Hey, I'm putting out a new video every week. Great. Tim's already doing all that work. Martin does it on his end. So y'all might have to do that on your end, is what I'm saying, just to, how you put it together. You see, Tim's already doing it. He's here 7 p.m. every Thursday, like me. So
A lot of people liking it. Thomas is asking, do they give away to connect Stripe too? Yeah, Stripe. If you sign up for Stripe, you can get a link, and a very simple link, and like Jack said, you can put that link inside the Trump Millionaire course, so that they can pay you for that, right in front of that course, so that they'll get that download in Stripe. I also have Zeffy, which is another thing. We covered that on a different show in the past. You can look up on the YouTube channel Zeffy, and it'll give you my review of that. I did get paid through them a couple times. It's for a few donations. So I do like them, and it doesn't cost anything. So I was going the whole free part, right? Or the cheapest, the best value, let's say. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, that's the paper giver, but the issue is getting paid at the delivery of the product. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, I used to do it before I set up. All the bells and whistles of it happened automatically, and the back end of a school, and all the stuff we do at Liberty Aid Academy. This is Tammy.
Yeah.
Tammy never says anything. Why? Come on. Oh my god! If you can make Tammy happy, see, you should be #1 for you. Made Tammy happy. but sorry. Wow, Tammy's here. And it's great to have you, Tammy. Like when I started this, I didn't have a website and automatic delivery. So when I got a payment, I would email them the course.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I would have I would have information on there like, hey, you'll be given the course within 24 hours or whatever like that. If you have any questions, they would have the information of the process, the rest of the process that was going to happen. It doesn't cost anything to have it unautomated. Like, hey, we'll send you the course in an email like that. Thank you for your payment.
Well, you know what you can do is, and I'm just thinking out loud, but I'm pretty sure if I used Zeffy and they made a donation, right, and that donation alert from them goes to this Gmail address that I just created, the Gmail has an autoresponder, right? So I could put the PDF in the autoresponder, and so if it says you got a donation from Zeffy, right, and so then automatically when someone gives me a donation through Zephy, it would spit out and return the PDF in the thank you letter.
Yeah, that's it.
So
Really.
then your gateways, then you're done, right? And it happens the instant or very shortly after somebody pays through Zephy. So I would get the alert. I would send the alert to that Gmail address, and then that Gmail would auto reply with the PDF.
If that's all you're going to do with that Gmail, you're not going to use it.
Right. Well, that's what I built it for, right? Because it's all about
but
how
you're
Trump
going to
got
have
rich.
to buy if somebody have questions or something like that. So.
Oh yeah, well I will check it. Of course, I'll be looking for the
But I would say if you have an
notifications.
autoresponder, it doesn't know who's who and doing what. It'll do it to every email. You know what I'm saying? Or
Right,
you're
but
going to have it just respond to Zephy.
Right. It'll only respond to Zephy. So when a thing comes in,
that is
So if
scary.
the email comes in and the title is "You got paid on Zephy," if the email comes into that address and
the
says
parameters like that,
right.
That is incredible. If you could do an autoresponder to a particular thing. Oh my god, that would be. Dude,
let me see. That's it.
You're freaking awesome at this, man. I love it. Man, I should have started talking about Martin Goma a long time ago. No, that's really incredible. What a simple way to do it. Because delivery, instantaneous delivery, that's when people want, oh, hey, I just made the purchase. I don't want to wait. And so that's a great way to do it. And they get it and they're happy. And then that way you can respond to other emails and keep using the same emails. So, hey, I'm your client, blah, blah, blah. So that's fantastic. Oh, God, I love this, dude.
Let me see. So this is, if I do this, this is the inbox, right? So when I'm looking at the inbox and somebody says, where's auto responder filters?
I haven't been in there in a long time, but I have set up autoresponders and stuff in there. I just haven't set up one with parameters like you're talking about. Thankfully, God, thank you.
I forget what they called it. They don't call it autoresponder, but they call it something else. Like, well, you can have a vacation responder, but
let's see it this fall.
But yeah, it's some signature would be the link
signature
to the course, but
my bad, that's signature. But that's what I'm saying. We can do a follow up on this, which you do the whole like locked out every little thing.
Create a new. Here it is. So create a new filter. So if it's from Zephy, right? Then I can do a reply. Dude, I did it. I've done it before.
Incredible. Dude, that's tip.
I will go. That was 2 steps farther than I got today. So we'll go over that again another time. But
fantastic.
But yeah.
Fantastic. That is so simplified. And all within Google.
It doesn't have to be hard.
Interface and stuff like that is a problem sometimes. This is so simple. And if you're the one that created everything, you know how to do it. You want to make a change, just go make a change. You don't need anyone else or anything like that. It's good to keep it real simple like that. I love it.
Ken G asking a question. Can you also eliminate yearly tax for a car with a trust? I have an electric car and there's an additional yearly charge of $200 with a total of almost $300 per year. You must live in California.
This probably is a state tax, like Tim just said. And so, what happens when you get the EIN from the IRS, you automatically get 501c3 status given by the IRS, the feds, right? That's tax-free income, tax-free from the federal, from the USA, right? The federal government. That's not the state government, though. So for state government, you have to apply for those kind of things. And if you're getting it out of some small taxes like you're talking about, but they're recurring for state taxes, like a sales tax, generally, then you have to apply, you have to get approved by the state, and then ongoing, you usually have to report quarterly. So maybe you get out of the tax, but you don't get out of the reporting. I have never seen that state-wise. So you're talking about more work. Is it worth a couple $100 a year? Maybe, maybe not. So it's not that much money. So that's why people, although I have a course, you go to it, and how do you get, state sales tax exempted? That'll be similar. There is a course at Liberty Aid Academy on how to do that stuff, and I did it successfully. It showed all the proof and all that stuff. For me, it just doesn't affect my life in any meaningful way. State sales tax, like tracking what gas tax. I mean, I drive like 5,000 miles a year, literally, in Florida. Use the e-bike to go to the beach. I mean, you know what I mean? For my life, this kind of thing, it just doesn't make sense. So when I got to fill in this thing quarterly, and stuff is $0 or $1, they pay it back. So you got to show the receipts and stuff, like you got to send in more. It's not just write it in, show all the receipt. It's a pain, It's great if you're in real money doing this or something like that. Is some business that is like, oh, okay, get my sales tax, but that would be immediate. That's $50,000 a year for me. Wow, but this is small potatoes for a lot of reporting, is what the way it worked into my life, and it didn't make sense. So anyway, that's the feedback on why not many people do it. It may be possible that's the general process. We do have a course on it. Okay, good question. I love it.
So getting some positive feedback on the
I agree
building.
with that. Oh my God, that was a tour de force and techie. Easy tech stuff. I love it. Google is really the best one to interact with out there. It really is. You can get information on a video out there, and they're the ones you pay to rank anything out there. To advertise. They're really this is really good what you did, man.
This question, what's Tim's URL? The one I got was howtrumpgotrich.com.
Love it.
Where I bought that was Unstoppable Domains, and on Fridays it's $5. So go get yourself a domain and then go build it on Google. Couldn't be easier.
So cool, man. It really is.
Awesome info, George. Yes, thank you. Destine, the leader. I have my trust set up. Excellent. Would people outside of the US and Canada be able to utilize this setup?
Yeah, no one has initiated it. In other words, I live in another country. I'm never going to USA or Canada. Can I use it in my country? I'm going to take the question like that, okay? Because it's possible to start in Canada and US and use it internationally, but you didn't ask that question. I'm going to answer it the way I'm hearing it. Destiny, and that is, that you're like, I'm not. I wasn't born in USA. Or Canada. I don't have the green card or whatever. None of the loopholes, but another country straight up from the jump is your question. I'm going to treat it like that. Okay. The answer is there is no other slavery system. Everyone's a slave under this current system. It's a mind control system combined with a financial control system. Those that will do evil, they get paid, and those that won't and sign up with God, we're gonna work a little harder. So that's the line. You know what I mean? Down the middle there, and so countries are fake, as I've explained. The guy we trust is all there is. Their countries aren't real. That's all. We're gonna go to war. Wars are fake. It's all fake. It's just different sections of the plantation with different languages, so they can keep the slaves from, organizing better and rioting up in the whole slavery plantation that we find ourselves in. So, they're not our evil overlords are not intelligent in any way. They use the Swift system, Swift justice to the slavery system. Uh, you know, they use this whole financial system all throughout all the different countries and stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So there's going to be a method, because what? They're not complex or financially intelligent or anything like that. They're just using this loophole all over the world. As I proved when we did Canada, it's going to be a similar or different words loophole in another country. It takes someone to like Jamie Bonk, God bless her soul, and I mean it for real. Uh, Seriously, God, you better bless her soul, or I'm going to get pissed. Uh, Opens up Canada, and then takes the time as she does it. I did this step and this step and this step and this step, showed all the proof. So we at Liberty Academy were able to make the course, here are the methods in Canada. Because I worked with her. We did it step by step as she went, and she nailed it down. It worked, got the proof. And then it's like, yo, here's all the stuff and it's like, hey, I'm successful. I'm like, all right, Jamie, everybody's in Canada is want to hear about this, and they did. And I was like, just tell me the steps, and we'll, put them here at Liberty Gate Academy. You can bring them here, and she did. And so then we like took it off her shoulders of telling everybody how to do it. And we're like, no, we got all. You're in Canada, follow these steps. So it takes someone like Jamie Bach. Like there is no one like Jamie Bach. So that's going to be Joan of Arc is fake, but Jamie Bach is real. Queen of the North, I call her, whatever. Anyway, I can't say enough good things about her. She's so wonderful. Another realtor out there putting people together with the truth. I mean, it's amazing. She's wonderful. So she just was determined, I'm going to do this. And I explained, like I did tonight, no, there's no different methods in another country. They're going to use the same system because they own all the different plantation sites and they travel here, travel there, whatever they do. So they're going to need their money to work everywhere. They own the real estate all around us in every country, make us work for them and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so really, it takes the interaction with someone, with me, right, and someone else out there in another country who really wants to get it done and do the process, and I'll help them, and they'll be successful. And the only reason I'll be like, hey, are you sure? I don't want to put all this work on my end, free you, just to free you. I'll do it to free your country. You know what I'm saying? But we have to do it through one individual being successful. All that matters is proof, right? So someone has to do it, save their proof, and this is how I did it. So that's how it's done. Just the only way it can be done. I was successful in the US. I was successful another time in Canada helping someone else, but he said he was going to help people, but he didn't. So you see what it takes, Uh, I mean, how's the list to it? List of one, Jamie Bach in the Earth. So, looking for, did we only get the only needle in the haystack? Maybe. So that's a real answer to that question. What a great question, Destiny. Thank you for that question. That was a great, great question.
And Steve was backing you up there on the Ask Jamie. So, yep, in Canada, Alex says, love these. Ken, I live in Dallas, Texas, Tim. Thanks. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to insult you about saying California. But
the new California, the next the California, the past California by.
Yeah, he says it's a yearly vehicle charge like all vehicles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, Zeffy, perfect, thanks. Well, this is Zeffy spelled like this. This is Zeffy, Zeffy. Check that out. Zero pricing. So fundraise with zero fees. So if you're going to get a donation, do it there. And it goes straight to your bank. Well, every Monday. Thomas, I'm setting up some trust for estate purposes. One of the trustees lives in another state. Do we have to have their signature notarized, or can we just make the declaration and add a trustee addendum later?
Uh, you could add an addendum later. You could do that, and I would I would recommend just to take the time to not do online notaries and just, mail it back and forth and stuff like that and get it original. And I would do two originals as you do it, whatever you're doing. Okay, either trust two of them, because you're two people away. Oh, you get original over there, get original over there. Everybody gets an original, maybe even an extra original, in case somebody loses their original. Oh, hey, we got an extra one. So, yes, that's the way I would do it. So you'd be FedEx it or UPS it, USPS is some paperwork back and forth to do it. But yeah, that's fine to do it that way. Yeah, you can add up later. No problem with that. You'll just be, taking a. It'll become a combined document. They'll go together. So yeah, that's no problem.
Chris is saying, love the Snoop promo. I think that's a different, that might be on my YouTube account. Can we recycle your videos as marketing? Use your content or likeness. I'm fine with doing only original content, but sometimes I like to do edited videos. As far as, let me twist this around, the testimonials and stuff that are on Liberty Aid Academy, which is my own and 100 others. Can we take those that are obviously linked to the Liberty Aid Academy YouTube account and put them into the site like that? Obviously, everybody's donated it to Liberty Aid Academy, but using it and promoting it like this on the Trump Millionaire course,
of course,
we can embed those and stuff. I think that makes sense.
Of course,
right?
That's why I wanted to separate this course out completely from our other coursework, so you can't even buy it with a link. Anyone who's a student at Liberty Academy gets this course, but without the discount, like Casino saying, like that, you have to do a testimonial. For those people, I can trust you. You did a testimonial for Liberty Academy. I can trust you. Take whatever, gets this sold out there. And, we have a wealth of videos and just anything. Yeah, put it out there. Put it together, chop it up, whatever you need to do. You're only bringing them back to Liberty Aid Academy or bringing them to your stuff that you did a testimonial for us. Fantastic. We're trying to help you and support you. Yes. And we have content and stuff. Chop it up. Don't waste your time. That's another way, instead of saying, oh, you don't have to make all your videos like Mario. You could chop up our stuff. Yeah, no problem. Fantastic. No problem on our end. Great. People are doing that anyway out there. I would really like it if people were doing it to help other people, actually, testimonials from people from Liberty Aid Academy and people who, here doing this particular course. Yeah, people are stealing my stuff and ruining people's lives out there. This will bring them right back here, get you paid, use, information you have already. Just like Tim, was very efficient, use his time very efficiently to do it. Using video we already have and content we already have would do that too. Very efficient use of your time. Yes.
Very cool. Ken is saying thank you. And can you truly eliminate property tax from a home that still has a mortgage on it using the trust?
Yeah. Yes, it is possible to do that. The Poe family posted such a wonderful, uh, testimony and stuff, and nothing came up about their mortgage. I don't even know if they have a mortgage. That's not a part of it. And you can put something into a trust that has a mortgage on it. You can look up the Saint Germain Act. It's called. In other words, you're not putting another loan on it. You're not trying to get rid of the mortgage. No. For tax reasons, you were going to change the ownership. You're not getting rid of the mortgage or nothing like that. That agreement, that contractual obligation is in place, stays in place. That's with the mortgage company. This other thing, who owes it, that's change the ownership, right? For the state, for the real estate property tax exemption. So two different issues, which is good you brought it up, because I can see how you would think, oh, well, I can't change the ownership. Oh, I have a mortgage. But actually you can. You can look it up because, this is, I guess, what the wealthy figured out a little loophole for themselves. And they're like, yeah, okay. And so, yes, we could use it too. It's another thing like that. because you're going to still have to pay back the mortgage. You're not saying they're going to pay it back or anything like that. Just doing it. So when you apply for real estate tax exemption, they're like, approved. Yep. Okay. Good question.
Excellent.
Thanks, Ben.
And Raina's here. I opened a bank account in Fidelity and Blue Vine for the trust. Also,
Yes.
Kraken crypto account for the trust. Nice. Well
Yes.
done.
Yes.
Three,
Rita.
3 points.
Thanks for chiming in here. All right. Ladies, get it done.
Well done.
Thank you.
Destine saying thank you. Excellent.
Yes. Yes.
Before I close all the personal accounts, I wanted to have clarification how to deposit a check written to our name. Do we just cash the check and put the money in the trust account? Thank you.
Just put it in the trust account. That's one of the hacks that is super good about this because it's your first name, last name, trust. And so it's first name, last name. Just hand it to them, they put it in the end of the story. Then there's nothing happens on their side. You're like, yeah, but nothing. In other words, we got programmed and it got used against us, right? Now you're like, hey, this stuff's working out on my side. Exactly. You see, that's another great reason to have first and last name trust because it eliminates anything like, oh, I got to turn it into cash. Nope.
Tammy's here confirming to Chris that you can use Liberty Aid Academy videos for marketing.
Yes, totally.
Avison, I'm sorry if I messed that up, but if I buy commercial property and place it in a private trust, is it still subject to city ordinances and zoning laws? Or does the trust make it private and exempt from those regulations?
Yeah, people misunderstand what private means based on all the blah 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 stuff that our overlords put out. Private means this, public means that, blah blah blah. Oh my God, it's like, could you all say anything else ever? They put out so much nonsense about this. So let me just, we're gonna clear the smoke and mirrors away, or squeegee it off. And private only means one thing in relation to a trust. So that means you create it yourself, right? You do not use a publicly licensed agent. Who's got a public license to create trust? Oh, Secretary of State, right? Oh, who else? Lawyers, Marco, right? CPA. Oh, so those are the ones that got rules. They're legislated, right, by the laws. Oh, and that's a publicly licensed agent, right? You're not using a publicly licensed agent. You have the trust. You're like, oh, I did this. I went and signed it, notarized it. Oh, you got the EIN. I told you how to do it. You did it. Okay. That's what private means. You create it yourself. And it has no other meaning. Okay. So it doesn't mean like, I'm in the private now. What? And then you're like, yeah, nothing happens to me no more. No, it doesn't mean that. Sorry. That's all a hoax. You know what I mean? Because, and all the people that are like, hey, get in the private. It's like, hey, do you mind sending me the list of the 1,000 free houses you have, please? And you're like, since you're in the private with your name, they should be under your name. And so I never get that list from anybody. So I always ask for proof, and then people, they never have proof. Liberty Aid Academy is the only place with proof. The rest of the world, the whole world has no proof. So, and we do. So that's the answer to your question. They do apply, but that's not really the super most important piece of property that you got. So for your real estate, most important piece of property you got is a body you're riding around in. Yeah. Like that's the most meaningful thing that matters. And let me answer that question. You didn't ask it, but there is some good news on this, and that is you're not under their jurisdiction anymore. Your body and stuff like that. You found out the truth. You signed up with Jesus Christ. It's a Christian loophole, and you agree, right, to follow the two laws: love God and love your brothers and sisters. So you do your best, and so you can't get arrested. The laws that they have, they don't apply to you. They apply to real estate and stuff like that, but they don't apply to you. So you ain't go to jail and stuff like that. So they have real meaning, and I've tested them in courtrooms and many other places to the death and lived many times. So that part has meaning. That part matters. Good question. It was a good segue to get into what, does help. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. LOL, Lord of Light. Blocking the Wii. There's 64 Disney characters.
Rain is back. I also switched all bills to the trust name. In 2025 will be the first year no filing taxes. Very grateful for the knowledge and aloha. Very nice.
Aloha to
I
everyone. That's
love
right.
it.
This is real aloha. This is actual real aloha. This is like the vertical. Hey, guess what, everybody? We could go back to living our lives and not paying the government. Okay, we're your slaves, and we have to pay you to be slaves. We have to pay you to be slaves. Just let us be slaves and not pay you. Okay, so at least we're not paying to be slaves anymore. Oh my god.
Rena's question: do we close our personal Costco membership and open one for the trust, or does it matter because Costco's not a bank?
It doesn't really matter, and that's a great question because think of it this way. Yes, Rita, what do we have now? We're people are not businesses; they run businesses. So we were never the person. Your first, last name, and your social security number. That's a corporation called a person. That was never you. So now you're running a person, and you're also running a separate business, right? A trust. Oh, so you're using each one of them to their maximum benefit to the one running them, you. Huh? So the trust, all money goes through there, all money goes in and out of there. You don't even have a bank account for your person. So no paying taxes, no nothing like that. All right. You are a mess. I love it. You're like, I'm gonna needle you before you can't even say my name. I love it. What a character. Thanks for stopping by. Can you go back to her question? I was
Sure.
halfway there, and
Costco.
anyway, yeah. So let me finish up what I was saying, and that is, so what we want to do is use our person in trust. Our two now we have. Oh, I got two players on the Monopoly board. I'm gonna kick everybody's out. You only got one over there. Ha. So you're using each, right, your trust or your person, you're using them to your best advantage. So if you already have personal Costco card, it's not an asset, it's not a revenue stream, there's nothing at risk there. It's Costco's card, you know what I mean? It's a status granted to your person. It's nothing of any value that can be taken from you, so it doesn't really matter. You see what I'm saying? It's an advantage or whether you have one. I don't know about Costco memberships. Maybe it's cheaper to have a personal one. It works better for you. If it's better for you to get one of the trust, it's cheaper because I do this, out of the other thing with Costco. You look at it like a cost analysis, cost benefit analysis. You know what I'm saying? Which works better? That's all we're doing with the person and the trust anymore. Yes, it's good to put everything of any value, right? Put it over the trust. No one can ever touch it. But this isn't one of those things. This is more like, how can I use the person Costco membership? What's the best way? Look at it as a cost benefit analysis, business versus personal, da da da. That's it. Okay. And everything else like that. I want to lay down the principles so you can say, what about this? What about that? Well, what's the cost benefit analysis? Okay. So good question, Rita. Thank you.
Let me twist that one up as we finish up. But the Costco membership, if you're getting rid of the personal one and signing up under the trust, I don't know, and maybe this is what she's trying to ask, is that if you're signed up under the trust, would you then become tax exempt at Costco, and every time you check out, you're not charged tax?
Nah, it doesn't work like that because that
Doesn't work.
is a state tax again. A sales tax is a state tax, it's not a federal tax. See what I say? So it's still, that goes back to Ken's earlier question, same process,
Gotcha.
like that. It would be nice, but no. But people link them, but I'm like, no, federal state tax like that. So
John McCaig gets one out of the cage.
ooh, yes. Come on out here. Come on, sheep. Come eat the grass is way better out here.
Well,
Everyone, let me just say the line. Hey, I can't
go
help
ahead.
you until you get the trust. Quit listening. Quit spending the years listening to this. Go become a student. Get the money and all your assets out of their hands, out of their ability to take it, and your family too. And you don't go to jail with that. Like, this solves so many things. Okay, get the trust. Become a student. I can help you. That's it.
Yes. Well, thank you for letting me take over the first part of the show.
Sure.
I enjoyed building that out, and I will keep everybody up to date. I will finish that off before next week and go over the steps again, maybe a little more succinctly.
That was a
But
text tour de
it's
force, man.
It's not as hard as people think, and it's not expensive either. So get out there, set yourself up, and help yourself to what John has offered.
Yeah,
and that's that.
Tim
We'll see you again next week.
Your realtor too. Don't never forget Tim Judge.
Ooh, right. I'm taking another member out to see a property tomorrow. So making more connections all over. So I'm very excited.
See, yes. People, somebody you could trust as a realtor. Come on, look at the news on real estate now. It's like, is the whole? Do you all have to have burning backgrounds where everything's on fire behind you, all of you? So how long have I been saying get a realtor you can trust? I tell you something for 2 years, like, I don't know about this guy. I'm glad people are listening. You could be totally, all your money, all your family, where you're going to live. Come on, get somebody you can trust. Tim Judge, please. I'm so happy to hear that. Next week. Thank you, Tim.
See you next week. Thank you, everybody. Good luck.